So today we're still working on the mini truck. I did what I always do to these perfectly running vehicles. When I got it, the ECU and everything worked A-okay. And I decided to upgrade it and put the Heltec 1500. So what you do when you do the Heltec 1500 conversion and the wire loom conversion is you remove the factory wire loom. Now I'll send you guys a video of me doing the actual wire loom video removal. The video of me doing the removal of the wire loom. We'll fast forward it because it's boring, but I want to say if you look at the time, and we'll put a time-lapse number in there, it took me less than 20 minutes to fish this out of the thing, pull the ECU out, and remove all of the connectors. Now, when you order your S&P wiring kit, and we'll leave a link in there for the S&P guy, thank you, Gabe. I paid for this, you guys. This isn't a sponsor. I don't want you guys to think anything sponsors. I'm buying this stuff. I outright want to spend the money and get the right stuff. The wire loom comes from inside of the firewall, from where your new Elite 1500 is going to sit, to all of your injectors, your distributor, your new IAT, and it does not run on MAF anymore. It runs on MAP, which is off of the computer. So now there's a vacuum source that goes to the computer, and it's going to read manifold air pressure rather than MAF, which is manifold air volume or flow. Manifold air flow. It's the door. It's like a kid. Anyways, ooh, that was bad. You don't want the door on the intake anymore. You want the map in there, which is like a good whore. Blow it and suck it. Tell the computer how to do it. That's a better way. It's just a better way for the system of the motor to run. And in today's current vehicles, we're all running on MAP. We're not running on MAF anymore. Or actually, sometimes they do actually run on a combination of. They'll read that, but it's basically tuned off MAP. So we're gonna go to the video of me installing the new wire loom. And that also took me about 30 to 35 minutes. Now, I was a little confused on the coil, and I'll explain why. Because on the coil, we have what's called an igniter box. And everybody in the comments, why don't you guys go ahead and blow me up and tell me why we need a coil igniter box to run with a Elite 1500. So it's just how they have it wired is the Elite 1500 gets its signal from the distributor, nicely right. It tells the computer, hey, we're firing, which in turn tells the coil when to fire, but it also tells it when the injectors are told when to fire. So this does kind of a two thing. Well, this igniter box, it's old shit, is still used in the system. I don't understand why. I would kind of like to figure out why or how to remove it in this design. So all those smart guys, comment below how I get rid of that thing. Okay, so now we have it all wired. We have the boost controller valve right here. That's kind of cool. What we did is we bypassed the vacuum straight here from the compressor, goes into this valve, and then it goes back to the actuator arm. Thanks, that's my great pain in the ass, or great pair of knees. She has to talk to everybody that walks by. Charlotte, come here, Charlotte. What are you doing? Who are you talking to? Let me see your teeth. Oh, she's not smiling today. Oh, now you are. All right, she's shy on camera. Anyways, this is the boost actuator. It's an internal wastegate, meaning it's in the housing, and it has like a cheesy little vacuuming thing here. And what this does is it opens and closes, telling the vacuum or confusing the vacuum, allowing it to raise boost pressure. Well, this is also controlled by the computer. Thank you, Gabe. He gave us a nice wire loom that's all routed, goes into here. Now, one of the things that I did to this, and it's just a cheesy way or cheap way to have what's called like low boost and high boost settings, is I bypassed one of the wires. So one of the wires that comes from here, it's gonna go in the cab and then back out of here, and that cab is gonna be a switch. What that switch does is it interrupts the voltage that's going to the solenoid. What interrupting this voltage of the solenoid does is it now only will act on spring pressure, which is what's called low boost. So you go into somebody's car and they're like, oh, I'm on a low boost setting, and they hit a switch and it goes onto a high boost setting. That's basically what we're doing. This is a 7-pound wastegate. If that got messed up, his boyfriend called and he had to answer it, you know, these days. Anyways, so it's got a 7-pound wastegate. And when this thing tricks it, it'll trick it up to, and honestly, we're not going over 14 pounds of boost. I just want that variable, a variable ability to do this. And by doing this, we'll have a 7-pound with the switch off, and we'll go to a video later, and a switch on, and you'll have whatever the computer's telling it to do. So high boost settings, low boost settings. Now, what else we did is we put nitrous in. We got to put nitrous in everything. I'm a little bit of a degenerate like that. If you don't have nitrous, you're not fast. So we have nitrous here, and a lot of times I introduce the nitrous into the throttle body. It's just a quick and easy way to do it. What you can do is you could confuse your intake air temperature sensor because it's getting this huge cold freezing amount of air. So on the T-bucket, my intake air temperature is actually behind my nitrous jet. So my nitrous jet's here, my intake air temperature is there. But on this one, I kind of want to use it to more atomize the whole cooling thing. So through the intercooler and everywhere else. And also, and you guys may hate me or kill me on the internet for this, and I have this thing. If you ever blown on a fan or pushed on a fan, the fan spins faster. Well, this is going to spray, you know, 900 psi of air into that fan, trying to just introduce that fan to go faster. And that's kind of what I'm using it for. I'm using it for when you first put on the gas, it's going to go to 12 psi, and at 12 psi, the computer will turn the nitrous off. And that's all it's there for. It's for instantaneous boost, as well as cooling down those intake air temperatures. So we have turbo, we have nitrous, hence probably what this video's thing will be, mini truck turbo nitrous. It is on a 25 shot, which the pill in here is actually a 20 pill. So it's around 25 horsepower, give or take, you know. Other than that, that's where we are with the truck. It does have the turbo 350 tranny in it, and it works marvelous. I didn't do enough clarencing, and it's rubbing up against the body, so I do need to address that kind of stuff. Other than that, tomorrow morning I'm waiting for the tuner, that he's a tuner and also the wire builder, to call, and he's going to do a base tune in the computer, just telling it where all the wires are, and at that point we can do a fire up. So today it doesn't start, everything's plugged in, everything's wired the way it's supposed to be, I think. And tomorrow morning I have an appointment. We will get it fired up, and hopefully you guys will be able to hear this thing run. So other than that, we can walk around and look at the back, because I want to show you guys the back a little bit. I am finally going to use my motorcycle bottle. I'm going to mount this bottle inside the center console that I'm building. It's probably not worth much more than a few seconds, but it kind of looks cool. And then I got my fuckboy knob. That's just for all you boys out there, you know, you guys have to have that long knob. I know how you BMW drivers are. In the back, you like my trailer lighting systems. Jordan's truck, and maybe he can take a couple pictures of it and put them in. He did a little mini C-notch, and I'm tired of it like kind of bumping on the bumps. So I think we're gonna jump in and do a little C-notch in the back, as well as I would love to get a set of cow tracks and put cow tracks. That's the little things that do traction bars. I don't have that money in the budget right now, but that's definitely something that I'm looking forward to do. And then the other thing is removing the shackles and putting frame sliders on. Jordan can get a picture of my son's sliders that are in the S10, but basically you remove the shackle and it's a slider box that goes on the frame. And those are the only plans that I have right now in the future to do. I am gonna do a poor man's posse. I'll have to admit, running around with this much power on one tire sucks. So we're probably gonna pull the third member out, weld that up, I'll probably send some pictures about that later on, but everybody's seen me weld a rear end. Just go back to the Hoonigan videos. We probably welded like 16,500 rear ends in there, but yeah, we're gonna weld the rear end. It'd be nice in the future to get a 9-inch, so or an 8.8. Those are the two upgrades to do. But for now, we're just gonna weld it and send it. Show you guys how to do this on a budget. So as for now, this is where we are with the mini truck. I want to thank everybody for watching, and I want to go over a list of things that I always forget, but I do want to remember because I had to write them down because I'm kind of old now. So there's so many people from Hoonigans that you guys don't see that actually never get full recognition of what they've done. Christine and Jamie are two ladies that were in the office. Every morning when you would come in, every morning I would come in at 8 o'clock in the morning. These two lovely ladies would be there smiling and having a good time. Thank you, Christina and Jamie. With Christina and Jamie would be like DeBaris and Nads. Nads and DeBaris, it was like the old man crew. Everybody that was built or born before 75 was usually there in the morning, and man, great Hoonigan family, great people. Also, for people that worked at Hoonigan that never really got no recognition but is always behind the camera, like Jordan here. You had like Kyle, Nelson, you had Teague, Brandon, Joey, Canahooker, Canahooker is his nickname, but Canahooker, he's like my work wife. He moved to Texas. We broke up right now, but Kanan, good guy. Also, like people that worked in our factory that put out shirts. So like now there's like a whole bunch of people that work there. Before there was like 2 people. It was like Johnny and Matthew, these 2 kids that we used to just pick on all the time. Loved you, Johnny and Matthew. And then we're gonna go to like the famous people, like people that everybody knows that came to the garage. I want to say thank you to a lot of them too, because they were really great people. We'll start with like Larry Chin, the famous photographer. Man, that guy is so great. I love that guy. One time at FD, he was walking by and we yelled, "Larry!" And he said, and launched his camera. I'm sorry, Larry. I felt bad ever since then, but every time I see him now, I'm like, Larry! Larry Chin, great guy. Sarah Price. If you guys aren't following Sarah Price, go follow Sarah Price. Follow all these people. We're gonna put a link on all these ones right here, Jordan. Larry Chin and his photos. Oh my God, great. Sarah Price just got back from Dakar. What an incredible driver. That's the one that I rolled over in that Jeep Hoonigan video. She's the driver. And I mean it, she really is an incredible driver. In Vegas, the last one we went to Vegas, she's the one I drove the side-by-side. She drove the side-by-side thing in. She was a driver, I was just there. Great person, great driver. On that women's list of drivers, Leah Pritchett. Oh my God, what a wonderful person. And her last name's not Leah Pritchett anymore, so I'm saying it wrong. Her last name is something new, but she's the drag race chick, the skinny blonde girl that runs the the long skinny cars. She invited us to Pomona Drags. We got to hang out in the pits with her. Wow, what a wonderful person. Now here's somebody that most people probably don't know, but it was a great fortunate to meet, is Jessie Coates. The chick that died in the super go fast jet car that flipped over and rolled. You guys will watch like the fastest woman alive, Jessie Coates. What a wonderful woman, what a wonderful builder and a person. Kibby Tech, Ryan from Kibby Tech. If you guys go look at his website, you want some truck stuff built, oh my God, that guy's cool dude. I've hung out with him many times, in fact. He's a really good guy. Chuckles from Old Smoky, another builder, owner, driver. He has the diesel truck that went up Pikes Peak and like jumped off the side, trimming trees. We definitely got to put a picture of the trimming trees of Pikes Peak. I love you, Chuckles. You're awesome. Chuckles also has a mini truck with a 2J that he is racing in land speed. The same thing that Jessie Coates passed away driving in. So yeah, Chuckles got a good program going on right now. Love Chuckles and love his truck. All the Canadians, man, you are crazy. I think like Canadian and Australian, it's the N. Canadian, Australian, maybe it's the N. You guys a little nutty, dude. We got some guys up there with mega trucks that come down, big feet, big budgets, party hardy. Let's keep going. Ryan Literal, you guys know him, pro FD driver, super cool dude, super good driver, and linked the man line. Adam LZ, Adam LZ was with his first girlfriend. He's not with his girlfriend now, but he came to the yard and his girlfriend even drove the Miata and he did the man line. Adam LZ. Now, probably two of my big favorites that, you know, I'm a big fan of still to this day is Mike Finnegan and Dave Freiberger. We got to do a show with them, and in fact, Mike Finnegan watches. He commented below, "Love you, Mike. Great guy." Same with Dave Freiberger. Let me think. I think that's about all the people that I have on my list of thank yous. We'll go to some other action, and we'll see you next time.